If you're a new barber or cosmetologist, then here's a step-by-step on how to do a regular haircut. First, we're going to begin with the number 2 guard. Begin with the lever all the way closed and begin by digging at the very bottom. Then you just want to slide your clipper up and down. And this is just going to be to debulk the hair, meaning this is going to prep the hair so whenever we go back and begin the haircut, we can see exactly what we're doing. But once again, notice how I'm just sliding up and down. That's going to help me keep a consistent cut throughout the head. And of course, whenever you're doing this, you want to make sure to follow through all the way out. And then to start removing some of the hair on the parietal ridge, go ahead and open the lever all the way. And this time, we're going to let his head shape guide the clipper right off the head. Notice how I'm just going straight up. I'm not curving into the head, because if I curve into the head, we're going to eliminate a lot of this weight and it's going to make his head look too round. Now we're going to use the number 1 guard with the lever closed all the way. And same thing one more time. Really digging in, sliding up and down. But this time, we're only going to go halfway up. And once again, make sure you follow through all the way out and all the way back. Notice how I'm not flicking out. I'm literally sliding and stopping right at the line. And once again, by just sliding and stopping, that's allowing me to stay consistent throughout the whole thing. Because sometimes I see people flicking out like this and they don't stay consistent with the flick out. So it really makes them push up the fade a little bit higher in certain areas and then they end up getting lost. Now go ahead and open your lever all the way, meaning that the top blade is extending out from the bottom blade, which is going to cut less hair. And we're simply going to go about a ½ inch higher than the first line that we created. And with this hair being a lot lighter, then I can skip a couple steps and just go directly to my lever midway closed. But this time, instead of using the full blade, I'm going to tilt out and only point cut into the areas that I want to eliminate. That way I can control where the fade stays at. And of course, the back of the head is always the most dense and darkest. So I did go ahead and close the lever all the way again. And once again, I'm only going to be using the corner to really dig in and spread out the fade a little bit more in the back to make it match up with the front. And since we debulked everything with the number 2 and we left out with the number 1, then it only makes sense if we use a 1½ guard to come right in between those two and completely connect everything together. And on this, notice I'm not really digging in anymore. I have my clipper slightly angled out to where this part isn't touching the head anymore. So that's really going to allow the 1½ guard to fade into the number 2 by just sliding up and down instead of trying to flick out. Now to finish off the haircut, we can see that there's still a little bit of excessive bulk right here. So this time, instead of just going straight off the head, I'm actually going to tilt the clipper inwards a little bit more and go about 45 degrees this way. I'm still not rounding into the head, just allowing the head shape to guide my clipper right off. But of course, depending on how much hair they want to keep on top, it's going to determine if you go right off the head or tilt in. And just like that, you're able to execute a haircut that's simple to do, but not so simple to do at the same time.